Hello, I'm back with this week's African American Children's Book Review, and I do want to briefly reiterate why I'm doing this for anyone who has forgotten or anyone who's just coming in at this point. Clever Communities in Action is big on promoting literacy in our youth. And in addition to that, we want to get the word out there about the books that are written specifically for Black youth, for children of color. We want to promote and make parents, educators, family members aware of all these books where children can open them up and see characters who look like themselves and who have relatable experiences. So that is why I'm doing these children's book reviews. This week, I'm doing a book that was written by an author from the Bronx, and the book is entitled, it's upside down, DeShawn Days, okay? Again, the author, Tony Medina, is from the Bronx, and he paints a very colorful story about little DeShawn and his life growing up in the inner city. And although it's in the inner city, it's very relatable to a lot of children of color. And the illustration is really dope in here. I love it. I really love that. And DeShawn, let me open it up. DeShawn talks about what's going on in his house. And you see the illustration and you see the way the book is written. This is a nice one for the babies to read, and it's a nice one to be read to the babies. And DeShawn talks about the people who live in his house, which goes from his cousin, who is a girl and the same age as him, his mother, who works a lot, his grandmother, who he adores, and it even addresses the issue of him losing his grandmother. And the big thing about DeShawn is he has a very creative and wild imagination that takes him a lot of places, as do a lot of young boys and girls. This one is important to me because it has a little boy as the main character, and we definitely want to, while this could be read, you know, by boys or girls or two boys or girls, we definitely want to make sure that we don't leave our boys behind with this literacy thing. There is so much that can be found in a book. There's so much that can be learned in a book. We never can underestimate that. So I do want to again say DeShawn Days by Tony Medina. Excellent book. Excellent illustration. And let's not take the time to forget, as parents, as relatives, as educators, the value of these books, the value of literacy, the value of a vast vocabulary and imagination. And let's remember what really matters. Let's not think that books cost too much when we're willing to pay more money for other types of material things that don't really retain as much value. These books can be purchased and they can be kept as childhood favorites. They can be passed on to younger siblings. They can be passed on to other family members. But there's so much value within this book. And if price ever is an issue, some of these books can be found in libraries. But remember, this book retails for $8.95. And realistically, a lot of times we'll say, oh, I don't want to spend $8.95, $10 on a book. But then we'll go and spend it on fast food, or we'll go and spend way more than that on shoes. So let's just think about where our priorities are, and let's get in the habit of buying these types of books for our babies. And even if you don't have children, I don't have any children of my own, but I buy them and I give them away. And it's always a great gift. It doesn't have to be a special occasion. So DeShawn Days by Tony Medina. Get it. Look at it. A little boy book. All types of things going on here in his little mind. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to see. Okay? So that concludes this week's book review. Go out and buy it. Share this video with your family and friends. And let's get this literature in our homes. Okay? Thanks. Peace.